Erik Darling here with Darling Data. And, as you might have guessed from prior videos where we start off with this slide rather than a view of like SQL Server Management Studio or actually I'm not sure what else I've ever started a video with. I'm sure that I think maybe a couple of them were like web pages where I wanted to point out something with like Microsoft documentation or something, a brilliant blog post written by someone else in the SQL Server community. But this is not going to be a technical video. This is going to be a promotional video. Promotion of Darling Data. Not just Darling Data, though. So I'm very excited about this. This November, both Kendra Little and I are going to be co-presenting not one, but two pre-con sessions together, Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be fantastic. So last year at PASS, we were talking and we were kind of commiserating a little bit, not because PASS is bad or because we had a bad time, but simply because when you are one person sitting in a room in front of like 100 people, it can be really tough to manage like questions and like sidebars, and like if there's any like weird technical thing, like you're sitting there like troubleshooting by yourself, and you know, like the audience kind of gets like a one world view of any questions that they ask. So we were talking kind of like about all these sort of like logistical and, I don't know, metaphysical and metaphorical and existential issues, and we were like, we should co-present next year. And so we put together a couple abstracts for things that we like. This would be fun if we co-presented these things. And guess what? Both of them got accepted. Wild, crazy, what an amazing world we live in, where I get to spend not only my birthday, but the day after my birthday teaching, well, I mean, I guess half of a full day class. So one full day together, but I get to be on stage in front of hopefully hundreds of thousands of adoring fans at SQL PASS this year. Now, like last year, it's in person, it's in Seattle, but unlike last year, it's on my birthday. I'm not telling you, well, actually, I guess I kind of did just tell you which one of those days is my birthday. Bad OPSEC on my part. But it's my birthday, so if you go to any other pre-cons, we're not friends anymore. Now, like I was talking about before, we are co-presenting both days. It is going to be 50-50, half and half, roundabout. Maybe give or take a few minutes here or there, maybe a lunch break. I don't really know. We haven't planned out things that thoroughly yet. But you're getting a combined something like 450 years of SQL Server experience, both as full-time employees and consultants, and sometimes back to full-time employees and sometimes back to consultants. But it's a lot of SQL Server experience crammed into one room, teaching you everything that your brain could possibly manage to hold on to about SQL Server over 2 days. Now, day one is called A Practical Guide to Performance Tuning Internals, and it's all about sort of the nitty-gritty stuff that you need to know about how SQL Server works inside of itself, so that when you're tuning queries or indexes or you're looking at server performance overall, you have a really good idea of how to approach problems depending on what you see, whether it be wait stats, locking, blocking, deadlocks, just slow queries, like all the kind of initial stuff that you need to be able to know to make a good, fair assessment of both the server and the queries running on it and the way it's set up, the configuration, the hardware, all that stuff, so that you can make a good assessment of what needs to get fixed and when. The next day, we teach Query Quest, where you will conquer SQL Server performance tuning monsters, or just SQL Server performance monsters. All the bad stuff that we've seen queries do and query writers do, and well, I guess like people write and store procedures, the way like ORMs send code to SQL Server, and all this sort of bad, bass-backward stuff that happens when queries run, and maybe one day they're fast and the next day they're slow, or maybe they're just slow all the time, or maybe you're just really surprised that, you know, you have this query that, well, it's been fine for the last 10 years, but now today, not so fine. It's going to be a great couple days. And like I said, it's my birthday. You can come dump champagne on my head if you want. But mostly, I just want you to show up, learn about SQL Server from both myself and Kendra, and have a good time. Because what kind of good time could you possibly have without doing that? It's literally impossible. I don't say literally a lot. It's literally impossible to have a good time without doing those things. So, November 4th through the 8th, in person, in Seattle, Past Data Summit 2024, 2 back-to-back, action-packed, demo-packed, fun-filled, no laugh track days of SQL Server pre-cons with me and Kendra. I hope to see you there, and I hope that I have a happy birthday, and I hope I get lots of birthday hugs and maybe some flowers, and I don't know. Mostly, the gift that I'm getting for my birthday is getting to talk about my favorite thing in the world with one of my favorite people in the world for 2 whole straight days. So, see you there.